My mom said it's already in 2023, brother. Shit, we done ran laps 20,000 times around people.
Yeah. Yes, no. Maybe so.
Okay, Trey songs, consensual Trey songs.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, don't put that evil on me.
Nah, you definitely with the consent. Like you ain't no creepy dude. It's not how we gonna start the show.
I
What
am a
we get?
creepy dude. Yeah, I am. As we discussed before.
Oh, CLB small.
I'm a creep.
Yeah, perfect time to hit the intro on that shit.
We're back as always every single Sunday. Banks versus Davis on YouTube. You already know who we are. That's Davis. I'm Banks.
Exactly. That's how it works out. I'm Davis for the day. I just need good credit. That's it.
Oh, that's the thing. I mean, would you want to have a Freaky Friday type scenario with me? Would you want to trade bodies?
You said what?
Would you want to have a Freaky Friday type scenario? Would you want to like swap lives?
No.
No.
No, you seem to be always in pain.
That is true. Again, I wake up every morning sore and I'm like, I'm only 27. What's the future hold? But especially at this week. This week was a rough week for your boys. We got kicked in the nuts this week. So
Who did?
You and I.
Bruh, it wasn't that rough for me.
Motherfucker, you call me back-to-back nights.
That's small shit though.
Oh my god. I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's something small. Then the game is never over, as I'm starting to learn.
No, it was a rough week for us, but luckily there is some stuff to talk about because it wasn't really looking much like there. I mean, again, like you said, it's the end of the year. We're just a few weeks away from Wakanda Forever. What else would be coming out by then?
Avatar 2, I keep forgetting that comes out.
God damn it! Shut up! Shut up!
I forgot all about that shit because I was like, I'm not watching it.
It was weird because they dropped Avatar to like, you should rewatch this before the new one comes up. It's like I barely see the new one have trailers on TV again. Like they were fucking promoting Black Adam hard, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But Avatar 2 like ain't doing shit. I guess they're just waiting for Wakanda Forever to pass, and then but that will be a freight train that's going to keep running once it's released. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But first of all, let's give some shout outs. A shout out to Eve, Cody Dre, Misuku. Congrats to y'all. 250. Braun Breaker interview as well. You and Eve do Wiretap over at the Black Announce Table Patreon. Sign up for that if you haven't. Great show. Some great guests. I have been on an episode before, but they've been supporters of us. They've been on the show. We got like say try to get all three of them on the pod at one time. But some of our classic episodes involved the three of them. So shout out to them on 250. Shout out to Zell Buy More Bottles for being a sponsor of those Wrestling Girls upcoming anniversary event. Like you said last week when we had Seandle, shout outs to her and the Well Minority. We got to try to get those Wrestling Girls on the show at some point in the next few weeks. Help them promote that and also have some spirited debates about things, I believe.
About
anything, everything. I don't know. You seem like a shit stirrer, as we always discuss.
It's hilarious.
And of course, your guys, our guys too, but more so your guys. Ampavelli, Mr. Jefferson Joe, Plug with the Rug. Shouts out to Random Acts of Podcasts on their Spotify deal, especially everything that they've been working towards and been going through the past couple months. Shouts out to them. Run back all those episodes with our past guests. As much as Banks and I just love doing the show, just the two of us, we love the people that we have on because we have them on for a reason. They're family, they're real, they're good people, and we just love chatting up with them. And it's also important to give, again, love and respect to, I don't want to say your competition, but again, like your friends, your family, again, like they, in a way that I see it as competition in terms of like motivation, like I want to get better because they're so good. I say that especially like Amp and Joe, seeing how they do, like, all right, like, again, how they grind and the work that they put in consistent. Same thing. I always talk about it with Eve, about everything. But yeah, shout out to all of them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it's a blessing to work with these people and more so be friends with them. That's all I can really say about that.
And shout out to DJ Lee. You and him just did an episode, Part of the Banks. That was 32, correct? Or 33. Because I was keeping track. I was keeping track of your episodes because you had like 226 Part of the Banks. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you gotta realize the last one was 26. Like,
hey man, I just be working. It was 33.
Okay, shout out DJ Lee.
Yes, sir.
That's on the YouTube. Run that back. We were supposed to have 2 episodes last Sunday with a special guest. That guest has since then been banned from the show. Will never happen again. So that episode won't ever come to fruition.
Way to build it up.
So that's just unfortunate for her. Sorry about that. But that's the thing. I had asked you yesterday, am I too sarcastic? Is that
in what way too sarcastic?
Everything. Again, like, even though I don't think everything's a joke, but I do. There are some positives to that, though. But also, there's nothing wrong with everything being a joke, but with everything being a bit, like, obviously me saying you're banned from the show is a bit, it's a joke. I said Van has been banned from the show numerous times, and that fucker keeps coming on the show no matter what. So, again, fuck Van. Shout out to X over at Black Variant.
What do you say fuck me for?
But yeah, no, that's the thing. It's just like I like having fun again. It's that I think growing up watching like Seinfeld and definitely like Tosh.0, that kind of like a dry sense of humor to be like witty but like sarcastic. I think it's the thing too I picked up from my father because my dad's the same way. As my grandma would say, like that dry sense of humor, like you kind of make these comments about it. Can anyone who's seen me on Black Wrestling or any other show, I mean, this show, any show I've been on, I think the sense of humor I have is kind of to be our sarcastic prick in a way, as you would say.
Yeah. I could tell you really got it from your pops, though. Like, not saying that's a bad thing, but I could tell just because how y'all be talking like Davis can't drive.
You only be saying that because the first time you asked him about CM, what do you think about CM Punk? He said, I don't.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious.
And then you were like, oh, this makes like, that's when you were like, this shit makes a whole lot of sense about why I'm the way I am.
Yeah, no, that comeback, that was hilarious. Like, what do you think about CM Punk? I don't. I'm like, bro, that's fucking genius.
But yeah, I because I can't not that I can't be like naturally funny or like I'm not gonna use like easy jokes either. Like, what happens when you cross the other side of the road? Like blah blah blah, like to get like a good reaction. Like somehow again, women think I'm funny. But I think something's wrong with those women, obviously.
They always laugh when they like you. You was talking about the whole Zendaya thing last year.
That was this end of last year, yeah.
It's been a long year, yes, but I remember last year because those were good days.
No, yeah, it was because it was the thing where she was with Timothée Chalamet prior promoting Dune, and she just like has a stone face throughout it, and then around the No Way Home press run, she's like
grabbing on my guy. I'm like, damn.
Well, her man at that point is
clearly. You wasn't laughing like this with John David Washington.
No, God. That movie the whole time was like, again, like the kid with the cup with the like, are these two people really like this woman has a knife
The best thing was the macaroni scene. I keep saying that.
Now John Day watching out in the field, screaming like fuck, like God, like
No, because I don't believe in grown people throwing tantrums.
But yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, if I was gonna say we could freestyle, go no huddle offense, like I said yesterday.
That's how I work best.
What are you drinking right now?
Vodka.
What are the top 5 things you drink the most?
Coochie water. Water.
So pussy juice.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we name the episode that?
What you got?
But
Booty sweat.
one.
Remember?
Yeah.
Booty sweat from chocolate. I eat the pussy. I drink.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Alpha Chino, like. All right, so pussy juice number 1, regular water, regular H2O, high quality H2O.
Not really. It's Dasani.
I prefer Dasani. Everyone shits on Dasani, but I'm a Dasani guy.
That's why you had that goddamn surgery, because you drinking that type of water.
What? How come you ain't got no surgery then?
Because I'm a GMO
Because it built
baby.
a callus in my body.
Yeah, I'm a GMO baby. I'm from that era where you had to eat bad food or you won't eat at all. That's why I can eat certain things and sustain a certain type of weight.
That's legit kind of my approach in a way. Well, like I'll eat like and fast food and all that, but I'll cut out like candy and sweet stuff. As we've talked about, I'll have a run. I'll eat some like every now and then, but not like frequently as I used to. But again, I'm working out more than I ever have, so that's the other part of it. But so what's number 3?
Shit. Canadian Dry ginger ale.
Really?
Yeah, I love ginger ale.
Canada Dry.
I always say, ever since I was a kid, I always say Canadian. So that's how you know my mindset even back then. But Canada Dry, yeah.
Okay. I've never had ginger ale.
That makes no sense. How?
Why would I drink it?
Because it's ginger ale.
Like, what's the appeal of it?
It's ginger ale. It tastes good.
It doesn't. Every time I've smelled it, I'm like, oh, this just like seems weird.
It's great, and it helps build a callus in your body as you
Okay, here we go.
You know what I mean? They say don't drink soda just because, you know what I mean, it messes up your blood. But, you know what I mean? We breathe bad air, so.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know.
And everything is bad. Exactly. You can smoke crack or drink Canada Dry, but, you know, I think you should drink Canada Dry instead of smoking crack.
Oh, yeah, that's not an endorsement of smoking crack, as we are not the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. So don't take what we
endorse smoking crack, though.
All right, what's number 4?
Shit, coochie water.
You said that already. Not you doing the dialing.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, my drinks are simplistic. I gotta cut soda now. So I'm trying to take care of myself.
That's the biggest lie you've ever told me.
No, I'm definitely trying to now, just because.
Now, after this week?
No. 2 weeks ago I had an episode, so.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I felt sick as shit, so I was like,
oh, yeah.
And that's because sick. I'm
Damn,
always
Banks, you look sick. That's when you did say you did have the Michael Jordan eyes. Yeah, now it makes sense. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, my eyes is clearing up now. I said, okay, maybe this health thing is serious.
So obviously 4 and 5 would have been alcohol, some Kerner, some.
Yeah, maybe until Mania, but right now I'm taking a break.
Do you want to place a bet on that? I don't want to bet on your sobriety, but I don't think you can do the Sober October that they do at the Joe Rogan podcast or whatever it is.
What type of? I'm about to say some wild shit. What type of shit is that?
Sober October. They have, from what I've known without listening, they just like it's like all 4 or 5 of them like drink or smoke. So they spend the whole month like abstaining from smoking and drinking.
Why would you do some stupid shit like that?
It's probably a thing like, you know how Joe Rogan thinks with like how like the effects of like what your body does without what it supposedly needs or gets you through things. Like remember, we haven't seen it, like the episode of Seinfeld where George can't have sex because the woman wants to wait, and then he becomes a genius because like his mind's fixated on other things now besides having sex. So like he becomes like a fucking scientist and all that. Like he's able to hit a home run and teach Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams how to hit. But then at the end, like he has sex and then like reverts back to being normal dumbass George. So they probably do a thing like it's good for content too. I respect it from that aspect of it, especially if you are a heavy drinker or a smoker. Like I respect like putting yourself through the grind for content.
Number one, that's called semen retention. It's a whole theory about that.
About boxer, Jake LaMotta and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you believe in that?
I did it one time.
I've tried it a lot in the last couple of years in a way.
No, you just wasn't getting no ass.
No, not but obviously not from like getting that. Like also like I ain't doing 5 knuckle shuffle, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah, you're a better man than me, but go ahead.
That's the part of it is getting like just because I'm not doing that doesn't mean I'm gonna like get it the other way. So like I try to see like what's the effects of it.
I did it for 5 months. I felt the same. I felt the same exact way.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, this ain't two. This ain't why that's interesting. Like, bro, I felt the same exact way. I'm not gonna hold you. Like the only difference I can tell in my body is when I stop drinking. Like I'm like, oh shit, I feel good. Like I feel
do you don't every time I drink after I'm drinking, I'm like, man, this feels terrible. And I'm like, people do this every day. Like,
brother, 2020 during the pandemic, boy, push-ups and wine and liquor every day.
That's a nasty combination.
Yeah, I was at the park, doing the program day. I was doing burpees and all that, but then I go and drink. I'm like, this is the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
That's like when you make fun of me, like after I'll work out, I'll go have pizza, and you're like, "What the fuck you eating pizza for?" Like,
I was doing the same thing, so I can't really, eating sweets and shit. Like I'm trying. I'm not gonna cut out sweets. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's not gonna stop. I gotta have some type of vice.
That's your real vice, yeah.
Yeah, it's sugar, but that's America's vice. That's why, like, number one is obesity. California, great state. Obesity is number one.
As Wilford Brimley would say, diabetes.
Like, bro, you don't follow him. I don't either. He was on TikTok. He's on YouTube. I see the clips. YouTube Shorts. I keep trying to tell y'all. The Aki Way dude.
Who's that?
He make like ridiculous type food. Like they'll be like, "Hey, yo, can I get some Gushers and
I hate a
grilled
Gusher
cheese sandwich?" You out your fucking mind. Anyhow,
no, you want to talk about it? Come on. I remember like I would see Gusher commercials every goddamn day on Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. Always would see the box in the store, and I never had it. My mom like never bought it for me. And then I think one time my dad did it, and I bit into them, and it has like the jelly in it or whatever. And I'm like, like what is this? I'm like,
you don't like things bursting in your mouth?
I'm not you, no.
Just a Saturday night.
But yeah, I mean, like, just give me regular fruit snacks. Again, like, regular
all fruit snacks got some type of jelly in it. Not
like that. I don't like jelly donuts. Like, that shit that shit is gross.
I'm a donut guy, and I hate jelly donuts.
I've never seen you eat a donut in my life.
Well, because in Dallas,
you only eat LA donuts? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, you don't want to eat anything from LA. I'm here to let y'all know. Like, y'all getting excited for WrestleMania. Do not eat any LA food. You will get food poison. I guarantee you. That's what I'm saying. I can eat almost anything. I got a steel stomach because of eating in LA.
Damn lie, because Popeyes had you in a fucking coquina clutch last year. Or was it this year?
When? When I had Popeyes, when?
You said that Popeyes in Florida had you like...
Oh, in January. That's because hood spots don't take care of their food properly. That's why. And that's the reason why I started.
You're saying that's the entirety of LA.
Pretty much, except for the health food. And even then,
isn't that what LA is supposed to be now? It's just entirely health food in a way.
Listen, they're liars.
You lied.
Worst food spot in America, hands down. Nothing is beating Texas. They number one. Number two is New Orleans.
That's just because you want to go to Texas.
Well, I want to go to Texas every day, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
Houston, more so. Dallas just feels like it's back home. It's just cleaner. As we kept saying when we walked to the store, we was like, damn, bro, it looked like LA. This look like back home, but it's clean. Or Northern California, but it look clean. It don't look like I'm going to get stabbed just for going to get some gushers at 7-Eleven.
Yeah. But no, everyone knows, I think, who's ever seen me, my top 5 drinks, especially when recording our Dr. Pepper, favorite soda of all time. Love Dr. Pepper. Which would be funny when like I would ask for Dr. Pepper at McDonald's and then my dad would be like, they only have Mr. Pibb, and I'm like, what's that? I'm like, what's that? He's like, it's literally the same thing. Like, so like I had to drink. I had to drink. It's a spit like that's the same, but like Sierra Mist and 7-Up are not, or no, Sierra Mist 7-Up are not the same as Sprite. Sierra Mist is kind of worse. 7-Up was a little bit closer to Sprite. Sprite's my number 2. As I'm drinking right now, which you've made fun of me numerous times for being like Jim Cornette in that one shoot interview when he just like guzzles a whole can of Sprite. God damn, I'm drinking my Sprite.
Like, and then start cutting the shoot promo.
Let me tell you about that some bitch. That no good rotten. Lemon, the lemon Arizona tea, just the basic lemon flavor. I never liked any other flavor. I do the Arnold Palmer and the sweet tea are good, but I just love the lemon Arizona tea.
Mm-hmm.
And then water. Again, that's mainly what I drink during the work week is just water. I don't know what my 5th would be. I guess if I have to include coffee, it's the same coffee I get almost every other day, which is the iced campfire mocha. But yeah.
What is it?
It's called iced campfire. It's basically just iced coffee.
You're not as a man that is fair complected, you don't indulge into the pumpkin lattes and stuff?
Fuck no, I don't like pumpkin anything. Pumpkin bars or, anything that's pumpkin related now.
Same. I have no...
But again, you've said... Because 2 things people have said to me off air are the funniest things. You, like a few weeks ago, said, I'm glad you're not into white women, to me. Like, so why would I be... I am, though. I'm just not. That's not like the only thing I'm into. Yes, I think there's a reason for that, though.
Right.
Especially here is what I'm saying.
Yo, they do got something out there, bro. As far as like women overall in Minnesota.
I'm saying white women here is what I'm saying.
I don't know about that.
I'm shocked when my dad when I had my dad call you. And he was trying to recruit you to move out here, that he just didn't throw out, there are white women here, Banks, because I think that would have got you on the plane right away. Because that's the 5th drink for you is milk. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
as you said,
take all that milk credit card money too.
When you saw that Gwen Stefani video.
I mean, do you have Gwen Stefani looking women out there?
No, and that's the problem. I'm not saying
I've been to Minnesota one time.
Years ago.
No, last year. Like around January, February-ish. I was out there. Yeah, it was around January. Because it was only it was only like a day.
What kind of fucking hitman shit were you doing?
I got friends out there.
Yeah, you told me.
Yeah, I think I sent you one of them.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
She just got CTE. Like she's a Sagittarius woman, so she's born with CTE. Like, when I tell you, I'm like, oh my god. Like,
what?
I don't know if this is a trick that they do with me.
Women?
But yeah, I don't know if this is some type of like Jedi mind trick or something, and we don't need to talk about my personal life here, but it's
let's speak on it.
No, not really. We ain't behind the paywall anyway, so I ain't gonna get the shit for free. Plus, even though I don't care, I do house shows as well. Everything ain't meant to be a pay-per-view, but it ain't too many people watching for me to give out my business. But I'll just say this Jedi mind trick.
Shit. When we were doing the last episode, we get 50 people.
100 and something.
No, that was total views, but I'm saying we get 50 people or something in the chat to watch to to see the T, which is again, fuck y'all, kiss my ass,
Kiss my ass.
cunts.
I don't care. I still don't care about that. Like I was like, all right, bro, because I know what society we live in.
Yeah.
Like everybody want to see drama. Like, dog, my voice too deep for me to have any type of drama to yell at people, bro. Or you gotta hear it.
Go on, get.
Like it's only been a few times in my life I yelled, but I'm gonna say this: I never yelled at a woman. Because there's no need to.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
You gotta talk to them like puppies. Like, okay, sweetie, it's okay. And I just think they start doing that. All right.
Oh my god.
Put the rock hand up like this. Like,
No. Let me put this shirt on your face. Like,
what my son said yesterday, he said,
don't look at the rock like that.
Damn, I forgot what he said, but I put it up as a defense mechanism. It didn't work. I'll just say that. But how he
You
was
tried
like,
that
goosebump.
once?
Oh, the goosebump your ass out of here. It don't work, bro. You can say, nah, leave me alone. Every time I think I'm out, they put me right back in.
As this week taught you.
Can't do anything.
Yeah, but let's get started. I mean, there were some stuff to talk about.
Speaking of The Rock,
I was about to say. So
The Rock says, watch Black Adam.
Do you smell what the Black Adam's cooking? It's $60 million at the box office, his highest grossing movie as a leading man.
There we go, right there.
What?
Right there.
But yeah, it's Black Adam weekend. Finally, after what, 20 years of this man being fan casted as Black Adam, he is finally in the role. This movie can be seen by people who are willing to fork over their $7. I wasn't one of them. He wasn't getting my $7. No way in hell. If this movie was, however, on HBO Max with the day in release as they did last year with like the Suicide Squad, Dune, Mortal Kombat, etc., I definitely would have watched it. But there was no way I was going to a movie theater to pay for a Dwayne Johnson movie. That isn't Fast and Furious.
Well, that ain't never happened again, so you might as well not see any of his movies.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's why we had to watch Red Notice last year. Was on Netflix. He has his Red 1 movie, which is an Amazon film, I believe. What else does he have on the horizon? Probably a Black Adam 2, given how this movie made money. But you were trying to watch this through other ways. What do you have to say about Black Adam? Did you finish it, or did you only watch half of it, like you said?
Can you always show up when somebody talking shit? I knew you was gonna show up right on time. You are Black Adam. That's funny. He gonna show up right at that moment. I knew it. So it took me 3 hours to watch it because last night, as soon as I want to start watching it, I watched Rush Hour 2. Proceeded to watch Black Adam, but then, hey, fuck.
Oh my god.
And I know I don't want to hold you up, but I know. I just want to see what you're doing for an hour and 15 minutes.
See, okay. Pause real quick.
Pause for doing that for show.
No, not even that. No, I'm just saying, like, hold on. Like, wait. Like, so for over 2 years now, you have called me Mike Lowry. When CLB dropped, you were saying I was a certified lover boy.
You are.
I got women. I do not, because again, I am just a creep, a lonely guy, a weirdo.
Man, I have some women, but you got some fans.
Who?
Private chat.
But multiple times this week, you called me about your troubles, and I'm sick of it. And what did Overheard say? Banks, you're too damn selfish.
And what I do?
Enough is enough. And it's time for a change. Like, I'm Owen Hart in this scenario. and you're Bret Hart, which makes sense because you are an asshole like Bret Hart is.
But I don't try to always put myself over. I job more than
I hate you.
I job more than I put myself over. I'm never booked properly.
Is this woman who did the woman I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So your girlfriend?
No, different one.
Yeah.
That ain't my girlfriend. None of them.
The one who.
Yeah. Relax.
Oh. Were you just taking your vitamins after eating your fucking snacks?
Do your prayers. Take your vitamins, brother.
Oh my god! You see, it makes sense because the way you fucking. Never mind.
Hey, dropping. Is it Wednesday on Patreon? Yeah.
Oh
Davis gave Terry Bollea his flowers.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker!
I ain't seen you wear the sweater in a minute.
What do you mean?
I ain't seen you wear that ex Hulk Hogan sweater in a minute.
I don't have an ex Hulk Hogan sweatshirt, just the shirt.
I'm surprised.
What do you mean?
You got that Bianca and Sasha shirt I've been wanting for a year and a half. That's
on you.
I ain't asking him for shit because he gonna have attitude as soon as I ask him. Or he gonna be like, I got you. And I think this shit.
That's a whole nother thing. You gotta ask that man. I don't want no problems, man. I don't want.
I asked that big bastard, and I got you. I ain't getting that shit.
He's busy. All right.
Traveling the world.
But no. So you and your women troubles have been.
This false. Let's move on.
What? False. No. Now you want to move on? Now you want to move?
Hey, if y'all want to hear my personal shit, I got you.
What you doing? So again, your whole thing this week is that I can't watch the game. I can't play my Xbox. I've been trying to finish this movie for 2 hours and I can't because some woman has to call me and ask me about how my day's doing and the basic shit like, hey, and this is what pisses you off, and this is why these women want you. And that's what I've been saying.
This is a lie
for months and months now, and now you're mad because I'm bringing it.
You see this? If y'all want to hear anything like that, patreon.com/Banks versus Days. We ain't giving it here.
Anyway, Black Adam. So you finished it.
It took me 3 hours.
After multiple run-ins and interference. This was like,
you know who's worse? My mom.
Well, that's what moms are supposed to do.
Like, dude, her fucking timing is horribly immaculate.
I'm trying to watch the movie, Ma.
I'm trying to record a podcast. Like I swear, before we were supposed to go on air, apologize to y'all. It was on.
Is that what that was?
It was just like, have a good day. What you doing today? Fucking using my vocals for a combined probably 5 hours today. Besides looking at the screen, editing clips for y'all entertainment purposes.
You blame the liquor. It's all the screen time.
No, legit, I think it's more so that.
Screen time?
Yeah, I think it's that.
Why do you think I wear sunglasses? Another reason why I wear sunglasses with BRP.
Because you cockeyed. You nasty little bastard. You know what the phrase cockeyed means. All right, I got you.
Are you really trying to say I got Shawn Michaels' eyes?
You damn near.
How dare you? I'm leaving right now.
You ain't got his ball spot though. Like, first of all, him hugging Wesley is crazy. They the same height.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels was short.
I didn't know that short. I thought he was like 5'10", 5'11". Which in wrestling is short.
He had those like weird boots that made him seem tall, like those motorcycle, dirt bike boots. That's why Bret Hart hated him, because when he kicked him, like, it hurt.
Bruh, I really thought it was a work. Like, I've been hearing since I was a shorty, like, Shawn Michaels short. I'm like, man, Shawn Michaels ain't no short. He up here hugging Wesley. It looked like he hugging his nephew.
No, he's a short guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's why that clip came out this past week, too, on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Was you like 5'8", 5'9"? He was like, I stand on my bank account. I'm like 6'6" or something.
Yeah.
I said, see, that's where Benny the Butcher got that bar from.
And then he did the suck it, like, so aggressive. Like, he was, But anyway, so you finished Black Adam. What are your thoughts of it?
A good movie.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm not one of these type of guys. Well, if you go to Act One and then you can see how Dr. Fate was charging up to help him, and you could see the thing I took from it is the mythology of everything, as far as like the ancient gods and all that type of shit. So that's what was talked about, which he is, in a portrayal of it. So Mr. Get a Check was in the movie, of course. That was in Shazam. That played the eldest Thunder God, which is I'm about to say, yeah, I was about to say shit, Weta Ella4, whatever his name is, but I fucked up.
Should we tell us before? Oh my god.
Shaweta Ella4, whatever his name is.
That's like the SNL skit about is it Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney? Like the two white guys with the same, similar name.
Yeah.
So Jamon Hunts, that's like the don't call me, I'm not Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh no, you Larry. Your mama called you Larry. I'm gonna call you Larry.
No. The Sam Jackson, like we have Lawrence Fishburne here. Like I'm not Lawrence Fishburne. Like
yeah, and then he proceeded to cut a full promo.
Yeah, and then Larry, don't call me Lawrence Fishburne.
I'm still gonna call you Larry Fishburne.
Larry. So
I want to call his daughter though. You know what I'm you know what I'm talking about.
I remember there was a TMZ episode and it was announced like his daughter was doing porn, and I'm like, wow, I wonder how he must feel about that.
Nothing. He was in the Matrix.
You think that's very
he had to sacrifice that to get in to get in John Wick.
He was actually married to Gina Torres. I was shocked by that.
Yeah, hashtag good woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but his daughter, hey man, shit's is all right.
That's Patricia O'Neal. Now. That's Patricia O'Neal do the.
Oh, actually, I don't even want it. She let Brian Pumper hit. Anyhow.
Yeah, the only thing that really kind of made me want to see was the Dr. Fate aspect of it, because I always remember like him in the Justice League or Superman cartoons, Dr. Fate with his gold helmet, and then him crippin', like gang banging. Like,
no, he's throwing up folks, all them combinations.
And they got Pierce Brosnan, but I'm confused. Like, why the fuck did they take the Iron Man style of like we can see inside the helmet, and like the helmet can show him these things? Like, is that really how his powers are supposed to work like that, or
the helmet is what gives him his powers?
I know that, but like, is this supposed to be like Iron Man, or were they just trying to like, oh, we should do the thing because we need to actually see Pierce Brosnan's face a lot more in this movie because it's Pierce Brosnan.
I think that's all it was. Like to establish like Pierce Brosnan is a movie. Who gives a fuck? He ain't been 007 in 20 years.
Pierce Brosnan's still a big star in terms of like.
To who?
No, I'm saying like Dwayne Johnson. That's why he cast him in the movie, because there was the story like that. Pierce Brosnan did the role because he saw Benedict Cumberbatch do Doctor Strange, so he's probably like, oh, if it's good enough for the classically trained actor, it's good enough for me. And like you could totally tell that he doesn't wear like the full suit. He wears like the CGI Iron Man style suit that like Pierce Brosnan, I think in the one clip or image I've seen, like of like him without the Dr. Fate helmet, but in the Dr. Fate suit, it's totally like that he wears that CGI technology suit, like not an actual Dr. Fate costume. Yeah. I mean, he's like, I'm not fucking suiting up in that thing. Like,
bro, everything is CG anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter.
And that's why he probably didn't want to do the movie, because even though he was in Die Another Day, which has some of the best bad CGI of all time, when he kite surfs on a fucking tsunami, like he's hang gliding, but then surfing as like the ice is melting, and it's
KITE.
Calm the fuck down,
yeah.
Kanye West.
That's what I'm saying.
I know you want to show your love for Kanye West because you and him both.
No, sir. You trying to get us out of here? We don't.
You and him voted for Donald Trump twice in the last 8 years. Well, I know you want to.
Ain't no more podcasts. Yeah, boy, they about to get us up out of here. I don't endorse him or Trump.
That's a damn lie. You were saying in the last we used to be a country when he was.
Look, we got one view up, and that's probably them. I'm sorry, Leo Cohen.
Aldous Hodge's Hawk, man, looked interesting. that was kind of again the other part of the villain they didn't show much of, but it's like just again a giant CGI monster. And in the last trailer you can see like they show him like kind of the classic Black Adam suit. Like they kind of gave that away for a little bit because he's wearing like this different version of the Black Adam suit. Like I said, I don't know if
behind the scenes he kept showing that he was in that onesie. And he's talking about this is going to be spectacular. It's nothing like you never seen before. No,
yeah,
I've seen this in Marvel movies before.
This is you're talking to Mr. False Promises, Mr. Let me sell you a lie to sell you another lie again, Mr. Dad, you're my hero, but I never got to walk and talk with my dad like this. You know,
I still hate that. That was uncalled for.
What have I've been telling y'all for 2 years now. This man's a con artist. He's a liar, and he's a fake. He's a phony. You're a phony. Like. So him finally again, he made $25 million on Friday with this movie, and you're like, that's it, like, and that was his biggest opening of all time. And what I tell you, again, like this man isn't the box office juggernaut everyone said he was. Like it's finally coming, like to fruition now. Like this guy, not just that he played the same role over and over, and finally this is a role that's different at least because he's finally like a superhero. No fucking khaki pants and fucking tan t-shirt for this role somehow. And you know, he's able to get his money. Then this being a win for DC because this movie is being like, oh my God, critics hate this movie, but the fans love it. It's like, you mean the same fans that had to whine and cry for fucking 3 years about a movie to get remade, I should say. Like those fans love this movie. That's a big fucking shock to me. Like, oh, there goes that sarcasm again. See, like,
yeah, but it just don't work on women. Here it works.
Because again, let me tell you about the DCEU. It's fucking dog shit. All right. It
don't exist anyway.
No, it does. That's what this is. Because it started off good with Man of Steel. They rushed way too soon into BVS, which is horrible. Then they had Wonder Woman, which for the first like 90 to 100 minutes was really good. In the last act, it's like, can we kind of just like get this over with already? Like, this is kind of taking too long. Then they had Justice League, which is again worse than BVS, which is I don't know how you do that, but you did. Then you get Aquaman, which is actually really good, like phenomenal.
Of course, you would like a fish.
And then they have Shazam, which I haven't seen and I won't see, but you love and everyone else loves.
Because it's just a good movie. Take away the DC element, it's still a good movie.
Oh, I forgot the Suicide Squad, which is, bad. I'm talking about regular Suicide Squad. David Ayer Suicide Squad, which is horrendous. Which we all knew when they released those first two images, the one of Jared Leto as the Joker and the one of the full cast. We're like, this is the Suicide Squad. And we're like, oh, why do they all look like
Comic-Con?
Not even, like cosplayers and homies like that. Remember those like little toys? Like, it was again David Ayer's fetishization of gangbanger culture and all that was
right, because he just made Jared Leto basically like an essay.
Hey, essay.
Like I seen that at Venice Beach before. That don't impress me. And then, like I said, Killer Croc watching BET, like, bro, what?
Just thinking his stereotypical, you know, like this is what Black culture and Hispanic culture is like. And obviously, again, the white guys are in the military and the government. And are obviously the bad guys, which makes sense too. Like that's the only accurate portrayal he was capable of doing.
And then Inferno dude was the same thing too.
Yeah.
He was that's just Ruben Guerrero.
We're not doing we are on Saturday. We are going to get
that woman beater. That white beater.
That woman beater. That white beater.
You beat on your kids.
Then we get the Snyder Cut, which was better than Justice League, but again, that's not hard to do, and it was still bad because again, the cap about the Snyder Cut last year was insane.
But if more than one person, I go by theory, all right. If 2 people tell you that your breath is bad, you might want to check it. If 3 people say that your breath is bad, it is bad. So if more than 3 people start saying that this particular product is good, it might be pretty much good.
But no, it's much like how, because again, the DCEU is AEW. Like these people will never say anything bad about their product when it is bad. Because we just skipped over.
You sure that ain't more so WWE?
No, because AEW, again, like that's where I'm a realistic AEW fan, is that I can see when AEW does something dumb. Again, like Luchasaurus betraying Jungle Boy, helping him that 1 week, just to betray him again, was fucking dumb. Then they ran it back with Daniel Garcia, Bryan Danielson, Chris Jericho, the same fucking way. And I knew like this man's going to betray Bryan Danielson. And they praise it like, oh my God, great storytelling. It's like you just ran the same angle twice. Like,
I'll even
it's
admit
bad.
as an AEW fan, I didn't like the fact that they just did that claim just to get their trademark back. Like, bro, y'all ran this program for a week.
No, that's something that's good because like don't drag this out. Don't have them go like 2-3 weeks without being able to scissor and all that, because then you're going to ruin them.
No, I don't think so. I think it actually would have brought them up even higher because it's like they just won the tag
That's
title.
the only reason they're over is because of the scissoring thing. No offense to them as wrestlers or promos, like, but that's when you have something like it's the same thing with the New Age Outlaws. They were nobodies until they had the you didn't know.
They could have saved this all the way into the pay-per-view that's in New Orleans.
No.
Yeah.
For them to face the fucking varsity athletes, no, come on.
Or they could have had somebody else. They could have booked
First
it
of
a different
all,
way.
you got to save this for tomorrow because you'll be chatting with my beloved Keeks, free at Dastardly Duo 3 over on the Public Enemy. Shout out to the
It ain't coming back.
shout out to the homies on the Public Enemies podcast, Graham, CJ, Ben. He'll be on All Elite with Keeks tomorrow night, so tune into that. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like they won't say anything bad, like the DCU. Like we skipped over Wonder Woman 84.
It's a reason.
Yeah, and who's out there waving the flag for Wonder Woman 84 is good.
Lesbians.
I don't do that.
When do y'all want me to stop lying?
Then we finally had the best.
Then
we finally had the best film until what was released earlier this year, which was The Suicide Squad. And then what was that? That was more or less a guy who had made his bones in terms of a superhero movie with Marvel coming to do that a little bit. But then DC was like, well, here you can we'll let you do whatever you want. So he got to say fuck, shit, all that, and he had to have blood and guts. And again, I rewatched it last Saturday. That movie's again phenomenal, brilliant.
Ironically, I was gonna watch it yesterday if I wasn't gonna watch the Batman for the third, fourth time.
And then this year we get the Batman, which again they finally gave some like make the Batman movie that you've always wanted to make, or like what should have been made at some point. So they at least had 2 back-to-back hits, and I don't give 2 shits about what they do on TV like Titans or Doom Patrol or Superman and Lois. Like
Titans is fire.
And now we're getting the fucking Penguin series, and then now Matt Reeves is talking about Clayface and all these other people having their own thing. I'm like, no, slow it down. This is what fucked you up in the first place.
I think that could work though, because these characters now they got to integrate them into the Batman franchise. So it's like if you doing this long-term booking thing, then I guess that's fine to do it. Just because we're not getting the Batman 2 movie until 2024 at the earliest.
No, 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got to have a filler in between. So then as you building the program up, it's like, okay, we wrote these characters. Why don't we just put them into the script now? So,
and that's what I don't want is for them to do the setup thing. And because that's what everyone's so down about the MCU now is the shows in between having to build up to the movies coming out. Luckily, again, WandaVision worked. So Multiverse of Madness, like the combination of that worked perfectly. But with Miss Marvel leading into the Marvels, like, I mean, I still got to finish Miss Marvel. I've enjoyed it so far. I still have 3 episodes to go. Like, and then we had, again, Falcon and the Winter Soldier going into Captain America 4 and Hawkeye leading into the Thunderbolts and all that. Like, we've had some that have worked and some that haven't. She-Hulk, what's that supposed to be leading into as a whole is the thing. And I still haven't watched a second of that. But I know at the end they broke down the 4th wall about her confronting Marvel itself in a way. But that's leading into Daredevil Born Again. Like DC is got on track, and this movie being right with fans and making money is a good sign for them. Again, they shouldn't listen to what the critics say as well, because again, not that the critics have it out for them, but the critics have always been mad at or hated the DC movies, and to say like this has a lower score than Thor: Love and Thunder, which again was a bad movie this year. It just happened.
I upgraded to it's all right. I rewatched it. I was like, it's pretty good. Ain't that bad.
it's the thing where can you just lock in on like these two things instead of like these four things?
Hey man, you understand how greed works?
No, I'm saying in a story. Like we don't need Korg being Korg. Like
You don't need it, but there's some people out there that's gonna purchase it. It's a difference between wanting and need. You feel me? Your OG said one of your 20 OGs said it being Drake. Wants and needs, all right. And then if you act like a little baby, you
and what
might
did
get
people
potty.
want? They wanted Henry Cavill back as Superman.
People don't know what they want. People want that now. They just but
and
then
now they
what,
got it. And now they got it because we skipped over this whole rumor of him being in the end credit scene, which he is, correct?
yeah. Spoiler alert. Oh god.
Well, everyone knows it because Hiram Garcia, the producer of the movie, who's like Dwayne Johnson's right hand man, said he was pissed about the spoiler. Like you.
But we knew
like,
that was gonna happen.
No, but it's like this helped you so fucking much,
right.
you dumb fuck. And again, this is why I'm like Dwayne Johnson's whole team is full of idiots. Just like when CM Punk said, like, yes men and your doofus son-in-law and your idiot daughter, like that's Dwayne Johnson.
Wait, but you still don't understand that concept. All right, so let me give the people that got yes men, including you. Let me give y'all.
Yes, Mr. Luthor. Yes, Mr. Luthor.
When somebody, let's say if you was
Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, you're gonna have that. Like John Laurinaitis, you're gonna have those people that's kissing your ass. You feel me? Because you know why? You the one paying their bills. You're helping them pay their bills. So why would you tell them no? It takes a certain person with testicular fortitude to be like, y'all like that word. Shouts out to mankind. You never use that word?
Testicular fortitude? Never.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm bringing that back.
You know what you need in this world? You need brass balls, gentlemen. Like that's from Glengarry Glen Ross. Remember, it's like, you know what it takes to be a salesman? Instead of brass balls. As Alec Baldwin said. Crazy what that motherfucker posted yesterday. That fucking
slaughter gang shit. Like no. But
yes, man.
Yeah, so you're gonna need people like that when you paying their bills. It's a reason why it's a prominent podcast and they got two stupid dogs on there. You feel me? On their podcast. It's because he's helping them, even though they have their own ventures, but they get to be on the podcast. He because that woman beater in, he is helping them pay their bills.
But no, I mean, this wasn't a shock when I heard that because like years ago, did people forget again? Because Twitter always forgets. Henry Cavill signed with Seven Bucks Productions, like their management team that Danny Garcia, Hiram Garcia, and Dwayne Johnson own. Like he signed to be like one of their clients, which is probably why he got to do like The Witcher. And by doing The Witcher, he got a Netflix deal, which got him in the Enola Holmes franchise.
He could have signed a CAA and got the same deal. I feel like $7 taking the same percentage.
But he's signed
7%.
He signed with him because in a way he needs to be Dwayne Johnson. Like, unfortunately, like Henry Cavill had it bad where like he was Superman 3 times. And I mean, in a way, all 3 films were shit on, even though I like Man of Steel a lot and think it's good. And he was not really doing much in between. And after Justice League ends, he gets Mission Impossible Fallout, where he's the villain, a great villain, but then he's dead. Like, so it's like he can't even come back and be a villain again. And again, like he gets The Witcher, which is a show I don't watch. That's a big look. That's a big look to again be the lead of a Netflix series that has a cult fan base, whether I think it's books and then video games, in terms of like having history behind it, and being even in a Netflix movie like with a star like Millie Bobby Brown, even though again it's just Netflix propaganda in a way because they'll just continue to recycle their people into numerous projects over and over and over again. That's what something like that's what he needs because it's to stay relevant because he was falling off as like people were shitting on him. I think he had another Netflix movie prior about like the Iraq War or something like that no one really talked about. But for him to come back and be in Black Adam again is only because he signed to Dwayne Johnson's team, which is why Dwayne Johnson fought for him to be in this post-credits scene. And I know they have interaction in the comics and all that, which are good guys at Black Variant. Again, we'll be able to give you the insight on. So check that out. I would assume this coming week or the previous few weeks.
This upcoming week.
But yeah, it's like, oh, Dwayne Johnson's just able to use DC and do whatever he wants. Like, no, it's this movie, which again, he's a producer of, his wife's a producer of, his brother, well, ex-wife, I should say. And
No, that's still his
ex-brother
wife.
ex-brother ex-brother-in-law or producers again. Like it's a he has the control over his films like Tom Cruise does now. So it's not a shock that like he fought for a guy who's already in his circle in a way to be in this movie while DC was preparing to like usher this dude out and reboot Superman, which I could understand why they wanted to do that. But when you have someone like Henry Cavill just continue to ride the wave, you can get 1 to 2 more films out of him.
Because that Michael B. Jordan movie still gonna happen, and then Henry Cavill probably gonna make an appearance.
Michael B. Jordan, I think, is too busy. I mean, this can lead into Creed 3, which that trailer just dropped, which is amazing, by the way. And like you and I said, like Jonathan Majors is going to run 2022, but he's actually kind of been running the last 2 years in a way because he had The Five Bloods, which he's phenomenal in. One of my favorite scenes of that year was the him on the landmine scene and to the house, that whole scene with Delroy Lindo. He had Lovecraft Country, which was HBO show that a lot of people like. I never got to it. It was canceled. It was canceled too soon.
Shit too weird.
Well, that's Lovecraft in general. But he also had, what else did he have? Oh, I mean, again, the debuting in Loki is a variant of Kang, and we've only just seen the teaser of Ant-Man and the Wasp from leaked footage.
I got the trailer right now.
But that version of Kang, again, much more sinister, much more deadly in Quantumania, which will be dropping in February. Then he has Creed 3 the month after. So he's going to start off 2023 red hot. Even I don't, in a way I do and don't respect what that guy did like a few weeks ago when he pointed out that after he had his photo shoot for Muscle and Fitness or Men's Health or whatever it was, that all these women were lusting after, and the one guy was like, this man's got a white wife. Like I did respect that as a move in terms of like
dirty ass Mac. That's some stupid shit.
No, I respect that in terms
I didn't even know
of,
he's married.
Yeah, neither did I. Like,
see, hey, stay out of men business. Men business, bro. Like that's chatty.
Again, that is like again, like wow, way to be a hater in like a petty way, like fuck you. But also like I respect it too because again, these women will get mad like Jamie Foxx don't even like black women, but then lust after Jonathan Majors and they're like, you know what this man has at home? Like, are you gonna throw him under the bus like numerous other people? But I'll get my issues. Like, I have no issue with it. I just thought it was funny for this man. Like, he had it like he'd been storing that up. Like, I'm waiting. Like, it doesn't matter. People like what they like. Stop it. Like I said earlier, like you think I don't like white women. I do. It's just not every.
Let me tell y'all something about the entertainment business. Most of them gonna go that way. See pro wrestling, men and women. You see acting, that's how it works. Ta-da. Guess where he from too? You'll never guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Lone Pot.
No, he's from California?
From Lone Pot.
No. So does that make sense to you now?
Not really. This is funny how life works. We reference Lone Pot all the time, and it's just like, oh, okay. This shit look weird. It look weird out there. It's near Santa Barbara, so that makes sense. But
no, Creed 3. I've Creed, the first one is one of my favorite films of all time, if not my favorite. And that was again the second film in the Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan partnership. They had done Fruitvale Station. They went on to do the first Black Panther. Then Stephen Cable Jr., who you had known at some point in time, took over for Creed 2. I think is supremely underrated. I like it a lot. And that was reinventing the Drago Rocky rivalry in a way. Also the Creed Drago rivalry with that. And this one, it's an original story, but it's co-written by, at least the story is by Jordan and Ryan Coogler's younger brother, which is why this story kind of has that element of a brotherhood in terms of Jonathan Majors' character being like an older brother type figure to Adonis Creed or Adonis Johnson when you probably knew him. Because that's why I'm curious to wonder when, like, it's kind of doing that thing that I hate. And Fast and Furious did that, where like you kind of skip over certain events in time. You fuck up your own chronology because it's showing that like Adonis, like maybe that's why he gets sent to juvie as the film Creed opens up with him in the juvenile detention center. Then that great oneer tracking the fight and then taking him to the cell. and then Felicia Rashad's character, basically adopts him. But it seems like this film starts out like that. They has that story of like them going to juvie because Jonathan Majors' character gets out and is kind of playing like a Mike Tyson type figure with like his aggression. Like he got fucking jacked and he has that black hoodie type look. What'd you think of the trailer?
Thought it was great. Cinematography, maybe it's just because of the grain that they added to the trailer. Maybe, I don't know. I'm being more technical, so let me not be technical. I
think they filmed certain scenes in IMAX as well. Like, I think maybe probably just the fight scenes they filmed in IMAX, because this is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut is the other factor of this film.
Hey man, listen, I think Adonis about to go to sleep.
You think so?
I got a feeling. Because remember, the mom talked about it in the first one, the second one. Like, bro, you got to think about your family. Now he got a kid, and then dude out here, like Mike Tyson in 92. I think he about to go to sleep.
The way from what I picked up from the trailer is that he has the rematch with Tony Bello, the guy who he fought in the first one, who then went to jail. Remember, that's why he wanted that last big title fight. So probably he did his time, comes out, they have the rematch for the title. Creed probably
will have CTE around that time. Because remember Rocky V in the beginning?
That's what this is kind of trying to do a little bit, because I bet Creed beats Bello, retires because he's finally got the one win he always wanted, and he's going to become like a promoter, a coach, and all that. His man gets out. He's going to train him. It seems like this guy kills. Seems like Jonathan Majors' character kills a fighter of Creed's for the world title, and then he's going to come out of retirement to fight him, which is why they have like the Battle of Los Angeles poster, which would be a dope shirt, because Cal has an amazing shirt, which is of Creed and Drago when they have the first fight at the Barclays Center that he got from Complex. I'm jealous that he has that shirt. I can probably make a bootleg one, but like it was like the greatest. It was like has the tagline of like the matchup, a dynasty matchup in the making or something like that. But that Jonathan Majors, Michael B. Jordan Battle of Los Angeles shirt would be dope if they sell that. But they show like Creed training, like he's punching a tree with his fist tape, like what kind of like the old school training, which is like these boxing movies, especially the Creed movies, do like the style of training. Would you ever try to do like these workouts?
Absolutely. I'll kill it.
Could you do the underwater boxing that he did?
I can do all that.
You can run up the snow mountains of Russia?
I can do all that. Set it up. I ain't even talking shit. Set it up.
All right. You come out here. We'll set it up.
Let's go.
We're about a month and a half away, I'd say.
I'm in great shape.
I'm in the best shape of my life.
Somebody challenged me. She challenged me. She said she got outrun me. I gotta start talking like Floyd right now. You know,
who said they can outrun you?
Don't worry about it. Might be on the show later on. Yeah.
She did?
In
a foot race?
You can't beat me. Hey, top five.
I think I can outrun you.
Shit.
On a good day, I think I could, yeah.
Shit, my knees working again. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if my knees right now feel pretty. Oh, you know what? My right knee kind of feels a little tight right now. Like, I'm not even doing like the camera. See, the way my check-in is, and the way my savings is, the money's in my safe. Like, yeah, like on a good day, my knees. I'm like, yeah, I could do some running. I did some running a few weeks ago, and I was like, afterwards, I was like, God damn, my legs hurt. Like, like.
Yeah, I got supplements now, so I'm good.
Oh, so
I got the gimmick,
as I say, those aren't violence. Those are your. Okay.
Yeah, I got the gimmick now, so I can
for
run.
My freaks and my peaks.
That's why I'm wearing this tight ass shirt.
But yeah, Creed 3 is definitely gonna be a must see. It's right before Mania in LA of all places again. So I'll probably see it the week prior. But will we have to? So. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you're leaving. You ain't gonna even come back?
No.
All right.
What I'm gonna do?
Hang out with us like we did before. Like, and plus you got to be our tour guide.
In the shit.
We gotta make sure we gotta make sure we're good in the city. Like,
I'm good in the city. Thank you. Tell them.
Nah.
Tell them, Ken. Thank you.
Nah,
I'm in great shape. So. I tell you, I'm in great shape.
As we said, Patreon Wednesday, be there. Miss Minjin. Look at me. Look at cameraman. Move. Look at my body.
Zoom it.
Zoom.
Mr.
What if I
Wayne
grew
Show.
like the Iron Sheik mustache? Would you still pod with me if I grew a mustache like that?
Bro, you got 2 years before you can do that.
It would take me 10 years. That's 2 years is generous. Like
You don't want no gimmick? That'll help you get the
I don't.
mustache.
Plus, I think having the baby face makes me again look younger, which I need. So
Look at you, Davis. You look sick.
I do look sick. Yeah, it's because I'm white like a ghost. Like
Yeah, ain't no sun out there, so yeah, you definitely need to come to LA.
But what we talk about more in depth next week was announced yesterday, and that's
I won't be talking in depth.
Oh, I gotta do that. I gotta do a solo segment.
Yeah,
on
that's all
Drake,
you, player.
Drake and 21 Savage's collab album, Her Loss, announced yesterday during the Jimmy Cooks video. Even though it wasn't really much of a music video for the song, Drake did his part. After he's finished, it just turns into like this PSA, infomercial type spot for this album, or like it kind of just zooms in on them with like this weird background they had. The design for the video was pretty weird. I don't know what was there thinking. Sometimes Drake's videos are like, what's going on here? Like
Nothing.
They had, which is good and bad. Like he has a concept at times in mind, but then otherwise it's just like Theo Scudra capturing him in real life. But other than that, like this video, yeah, it's like we're gonna be on a set. We're gonna be like in an aircraft hangar, and we're gonna have like these walls full of TVs, and images are gonna be playing that have nothing to do with anything. And you're gonna be wearing all black. He's gonna be wearing all black, and he won't even say nothing. It's like, are you guys Sting and Savage in '97? Like. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to any Drake project that drops. I enjoyed, honestly, never mind after having about a week or two to sit with it. Again, it hit me after a breakup, which, like most Drake music, is supposed to. Like, because then you can like trace back the lyrics to the songs and all that. But again, it did have Jimmy Cooks, which has got everyone hyped about the potential for more Drake and 21 Savage. I've never really been a 21 Savage fan unless it's with Drake. What about you?
I never liked 21 Savage. Let's move on.
Okay. But we'll talk about that more next week.
I will, because I'm gonna bury Drake.
Yeah, okay. Whoa. Okay. Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here, folks. Next week on Dynamite, Banks buries Drake.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Metaphorically, I gotta use verbiage right. I mean, I'm gonna talk bad about his music because the jig is.
Whoa! Oh, now you've turned the
No, I'm saying in the past year, it's like, all right, bro, you kind of just want to sit down at this point.
No,
he feel like he still has something to prove. That's problem number one.
It's like
number two,
it's like what
the music ain't hit. Well, if the music ain't hitting, then
it ain't hitting for you. It's hitting for me.
It ain't hitting for nobody around my age range.
That's because you old.
Exactly. Try something else. Like the sing song, yeah, and honestly, never mind. Okay, cool. I can get with that. I like CLB. I like certain songs from CLB, but it's like, all right, bro, it's too much now. Like, what's the end game to all this? You just making music just for TikTok and Instagram captions.
That's what you have to do now.
Why? He don't have to do that at this point. He
for
already
relevancy.
Dude, he's already going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That doesn't matter.
Kind of does.
I don't think it matters to him. Again, he withdrew his album from the Grammys.
And then the thing is, he not going on tour as of now. He hasn't announced a tour.
I think that's what maybe. I think after this, he probably felt like he couldn't. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, with CLB,
he could have went on tour for CLB and it would have did numbers. Honestly, never mind. You could have went on tour. It probably would have did okay. It would probably.
No, I was about to say.
But now you got 3 albums, and now you could take pieces from that and go on tour. Okay, cool.
He probably could have toured after CLB, but that was still the early stages of like things are opening back up from COVID, which a whole bunch of people were doing tours. And the Weeknd had to postpone his horror tour. Jeez, oh my god, like
a whole tour. Where?
That's what I was about to say.
I definitely want to go to that.
You apparently with all these problems. Hey, that's you.
Oh, I wouldn't call them whores.
I'm not saying they. I'm saying you're the
scrumpets. I'm a scrumpet.
But no, what?
I don't know. Somebody in Florida taught me that word. I don't know what a scrumpet is.
Look it up.
It's Florida doesn't have a dictionary.
I'll fucking look it up. God damn it.
You spell it. They don't. If they can't pass the FCAT, in Florida, they definitely don't have.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No,
Oh,
no,
you looked
no.
up something else. Okay. What did you see when you looked it up?
There are a few definitions.
Which one is PG?
None of them.
What does it say?
I'm not saying. I want you to look it up. But yeah, we'll talk more in depth about her loss next week. Great title, her loss. Again, you're getting rid of Drake.
God.
What?
Him and these titles, dog. Like, stop. And then
it's who he is. He's living the gimmick. Now you mad at him for living the gimmick?
The scrumptious came up. I ain't scrumptious, motherfucker. Yeah, but now he took
not to me.
Yeah, that's your man. It's the day before he taking a picture doing this with his Jerry curl.
That was bad.
No, he been doing that.
What does 50 Cent say?
About I can't say what 50 Cent be saying, but yeah, I know what I would say. I know what I said behind closed doors.
Either way. And the most NBA talk. The NBA is back this week, Banks. What are some of your thoughts about the NBA week 1?
It's been a lot of blowouts, bro.
Why is that?
It's early in the season. Everybody's trying to figure it out.
Teams ain't ready?
Nah.
Anthony Davis already hurt?
I mean, he breathed and he hurt. But nah,
is he CM Punk?
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. He's way better than CM Punk. At least this dude is a Hall of Fame, and he's worthy of being in the Hall of Fame, being Anthony Davis. I said worthy of being in the Hall of Fame afterwards.
So he is worthy.
CM Punk is?
Yeah.
In what fucking way? Because he worked in ROH in 01 at a high school gym for a hot dog and a milkshake.
He was AEW World Champ. He was WWE
What that mean?
Champ. He was World Champ.
Everybody talks shit about the ROH title every single day.
Now they do.
No, they was talking about it then.
No.
They just came back like 10 years ago, if that. I didn't start hearing about ROH again until like 2014, 15. I said, damn, these fuckers still alive? Hell, XPW still alive. I didn't even know XPW
That was weird. That was weird.
I woke up this morning, XPW was alive. I said,
no. Yeah, it was like XPW. Like, that sounds familiar. I'm like, wait, like that XPW? Like, no.
From like 01.
And it was Necro Butcher in the ring. I'm like, what's he doing? Like,
dropping promos I won't say here.
Well, it wasn't really him on the mic, but unless there was another clip, but I didn't see him cutting that promo.
It don't matter. XPW still alive, bro. We could have bought that shit.
I ain't trying to be a wrestling promoter.
I am. Guess who's
a nasty fuck
type shit.
Essentially, when you want women's chairs and shoes.
Well, Jay Cargill would have the world heavyweight.
First of all, let me say this: you fucking toe boys and feet freaks,
dude,
are the grossest. Wait a minute. Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen.
You talking about Sweeney Todd all the time, so go ahead.
What are you trying to say?
So we've had this conversation before. I don't want to go back into it. Let's not argue. Let's not bicker like school children. What he said from Bad Boys. Let's not sit here and argue like a bunch of school girls. No, it's dude.
You mean the captain?
Like no. When Mike and Marcus is having a conversation, I think it was in the first one when he was in the office. He said, "Let's not bicker like school children." Listen. Exactly. Thank you, sir.
No. You
see Jade. You see Jade.
Yes, beautiful.
Okay. You see Kiera Hogan.
Yes, beautiful woman.
What's her name? Layla Gray.
Layla Gray. Willow Nightingale. Beautiful women.
She like you. Well, both the last two definitely like you. They don't like me. But I say all that respectfully. I say all that to say, so you wouldn't.
Feet? No. I've said, listen. A few weeks ago, a good woman asked if she could sit on my face. And what did I say?
Yo.
And what did I say? Of fucking course. For a number of reasons. But if she said, would you...
So that's not a wild comparison.
No, but if she's like, would you lick my feet? I'd be like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Wait, no. That's some G shit.
No. I ain't... No. Get your feet out of my face.
You ain't lived life yet. That's all I'm gonna say.
And even if it was like this woman, Or the whole like, so you ain't sucking Rihanna's toes like that. I'm not even, and I hate that that's different because that's the number one like excuse I hate in wrestling podcasting and just anything in general too. But like, and like that's the only way you can like. I'm not into toes. I ain't trying to put your feet in my mouth. Like I like sure it's like, oh, but you'll eat ass. You don't know where that ass been. Like I don't care. Like,
well, preferably a shower before, but that's besides the point.
No, as shout out to Big Team.
Don't shut that big fucker up.
As he had tweeted after last week's House of the Dragon, I'm like, man, these fucking toe boys are sick. I'm like, they are gross. Y'all need.
I know he ain't talking about nobody being sick.
He's into at least the basic stuff. There ain't nothing wrong, but like toes is like that's like you are crossing the line,
brother. If Coco Jones put them damn size 13s out,
like no, I ain't trying to put your fucking feet in. No,
WNBA player with a size 14.
No, again, Lash Legend's a beautiful woman. I don't want her fucking feet near me. Like
that's some toes, boy. I know she got a size 12.
No, get your feet. Thankfully, the last good woman I was with was like, no, I don't like my feet, anything like that. I'm like, thank God, because I've never dated a woman or been with a woman who's like, would you do this with my feet? Because I would kind of be like, I'm getting the fuck out. I'm getting out of here. If she was just like, lick my feet, I'm like, look your, like, no.
You ain't live life. I'm gonna treat them motherfucker like a firehouse sub.
I know, you sick fuck.
Shouts out to Firehouse Sub. Y'all see I ain't say no nasty ass Subway.
Hey, Subway's okay.
No, they not. That's why Russell Wilson doing bad now.
He was doing bad for years.
No, but he got real bad.
That man won a title 8 years ago. Come on.
That's better than what your team has done.
They've been more recently than him.
Yeah, but did they win a title?
Listen again. He won before Sierra, right?
No, that was around the time he first got with her.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been in a relationship for a long time.
I thought he started being with her after winning the title. Like right after, I mean. Because like that math would be mathing.
I mean, I ain't TMZ and I don't care to look something like this up because she ain't with me, but you know. Because she with me, definitely let's ride.
That's what you two boys be doing. You see a woman take off her shoe. Let's ride.
I'm not Tony Atlas, damn. You make it seem like
no,
that.
You are. That's what
he's
sick
worse.
Fucker.
Y'all
in the same boat.
Oh, sir.
Same fucking boat.
Sam said it was right after. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
See, I thought so. Yeah.
Oh, so he left that other woman. He was like, "Damn, I want a title."
Yeah, okay. That totally makes sense. Yeah, because he had left her after winning the title and before he got the new deal, so she missed out. Because remember, he was like a third round draft pick or whatever. So she had him on like the 6-digit contract, not the 10-digit contract. I mean, not 10. Jesus, he's not making that much. 8-digit contract.
He's making some.
But no, yeah. You get back to the NBA because again, you sick fucks in your fucking feet fetish and all. Like I ain't mad at the chair thing. That make like again, but the feet just no.
Man, that's a fine ass on everything. It's certain women, you feel me, everything.
I know. Again, the woman who asked me if she could tell me as a fine whatever, even if she was like my feet, I'd be like,
put it in the chat. Pause.
No.
Yeah, thank you. So don't keep bringing her up.
You could figure it out.
No, I know you only.
Exactly. See, so what do you? Yeah, but the feet.
You only been with 3 women in the past 10 years.
First of all, no, that's a lie.
Oh, okay, Mr. Bitches. I'm
10
sorry.
years? Oh, now, all right. You want to air your dirty laundry out?
No,
you want
I gotcha.
You want to do this?
That's where we can air it out at patreon.com.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
If you want to record after this, cool. Patreon.com. That's where y'all can see it.
NBA's back. John Morant's kind of been your guy this week, right?
He's always my guy. I like the way he plays. Pause.
I like the way you play. That's how you didn't say it like that. So
he plays like Allen Iverson with like an inch of height. Pause.
I was gonna say like, calm the fuck down now. Now you're.
He just don't have no crispy jump
Will
shot.
you stop?
He don't come off the dribble. He just drive, which long term probably is going to help him because I don't like the way he jump and land. Like he did a block.
The Derrick Rose,
like,
right?
Yeah, I don't like how he lands and the way he jumps. Like he just sporadically jumps. He's only like 5'10", so he gets up there too. He listed as like 6'1". I'm like, bro, you 5'10".
Yeah, he was probably what 160 pounds.
Type shit.
Yeah, which is probably better, right? Because you don't have as much weight to land on, which is the whole like Zion Williamson thing, right? Like being being capable of jumping that high and landing with that much weight down. The whole Joel Embiid thing about, you know, any big guy in the history of the NBA, like running up and down, when you have these bad knees or bad feet, you're fucked.
Well, they from two different parts of South Carolina, and it's evident. Like, I don't know if they was feeding Ja, but they was feeding Zion.
They wasn't feeding. Zion was doing this. This is my food, like to John.
Yeah, that's a GMO baby. You feel me? So great kid. Both of them are great kids too. I love them as people. So even though I never met them personally, I like both of their personalities. But you know, shouts out to Carolina.
Zion Williams' shoe, and I'm like, no, that shoe looks like it's meant to like support his feet. Like it's got all that cushioning for a reason. It's like LeBron James' early shoes, like were like space boots, as my dad would say, because I had a pair. And it's like it makes sense because like this man's protecting like 6'8", 270 pounds. Like you can't run up and down the floor that fast with that much height and weight. Like
yeah, and then people keep forgetting sneakers are made to hoop in. You just wear them as dress appeal just because for casual consumption. That's why you buy them. But if they don't look good for you, they for people that actually hoop in them. That's the whole
it's
point.
a hooper shoe, as they would say. Yeah.
And then the non-Jordan, like the player Jordans, have never been good. The Mellows and stuff like one pair. D-Wade, when he was there, he didn't have no good shoes before he went to Zingling or whatever the name of the company is.
Well, he was at Converse first, and then he went to Jordan. And
that's why his knees got fucked up now. He's with Converse at first. Like Converse ain't had a good shoe ever, even in the Bob Cousy era.
Even in the Weapon XO era, that Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
No, but the way they style of play, they style of play, you can do that in the Converse. But then remember, Larry back got fucked up, even though he was on the roof.
Well, he was paving his driveway because he was too cheap.
But he
was also making no money, so that
No, he was making the most at that time. Him and
but making the most back then.
Bro, but they was making six figures. 6 figures was like $100 million back.
That's what I'm saying. So he was making no money compared to what like fucking Landry Fields made that one season.
Shouts out to Landry Fields somewhat. Signal Hill legend.
No,
he from Long Beach.
He was a Stanford. He was a Stanford man. I respect it for that. Like,
yeah, they said he from Long Beach. No, he is from Signal Hill. It's two different type of Long Beaches. All right, Signal Hill is basically Long Beach. I won't get into that. If you just go,
I've said over the course of us podding is that I can like talk about NBA from 06 to I'll say 2016, 17 at the most in terms of like real knowledge about it. But the last 5 years, only little bits of it. Like I put on the Sixers Spurs game yesterday, and I saw Doug McDermott was on the Spurs, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I saw like Zach.
Doug McBuckets, who he play for? I didn't know he was on there.
Yeah, on the Spurs. That's what I was saying. I'm like, "What the fuck is he doing here?" And then
he was overseas hooping.
And I was legit. It did feel weird seeing a Spurs team that didn't have Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. I know it's been like 3 years now since then, but it did feel weird just again seeing us like them without those three guys. Because when I started watching, like those guys ran the fucking league, and then that's what's funny about like the Grizzlies now having John Morant, right? Is like this whole team. I mean, the Grizzlies' whole foundation for the late 2000s, early 2010s was grit and grind. Like they couldn't have a scorer except Rudy Gay at times. But like that team couldn't buy a bucket. They just had to win by like stopping people. And now they have John Morant who can get like 30, 40 easily.
Yeah, but that serves a problem. And then he got to do it right now just because Jaren Jackson, who is probably their second best go-to option right now, who plays great defense. And I think last season he was averaging like 1.2, 1.5 blocks a game. So Jaren Jackson, he could shoot inside out, but they need him more so for his defensive paralysis. So real quick, if you don't mind, let me talk about these two things that Sam and Vin left. So almost said Vin whole name. Pat Will, everybody know I'm a Bulls fan, even though we got smoked by the Cavs. I hope you happy, Ron. Pat Williams is a great 4. The problem is right now we can't consistently play defense because Zoe is out. He got no knees, like legit has no knees. So we
Why do you think that is? The BBB shoes early on fucked it up?
No, because you about to have me go way left.
No, that's what the whole show's
He
about.
got bad genetics.
No.
Even his pop said that. His pop said, OG LeVar said it.
From him?
From the mom. That's what he said.
Oh, wow. That's some fucked up shit.
He said, yeah, because they mom is half. That's what he said. Y'all can look it up. It's not me saying it. It's not me being wild bakes. That's what he said. But then the middle kid got the best genetics. He like built like a tight.
No, he's not the middle kid. But he can't even play is the thing.
Yeah, but he should be playing football. He's 230, 250, 6'6". He should be playing football.
He could get on a team easily. Like, I mean, look at fucking Jimmy Graham. Look at
the Rams need somebody. They need a tight end.
Hey, fuck the Rams.
You're right, but they need a tight end. Go ahead. So Pat, I think he's gonna be good. He just got to figure out exactly how he fits in as a 4. If he gonna step inside, he gonna step out during the preseason and summer league. He was more so inside, so he got to figure that out. I don't want Vujic on my team anymore, but at the same time, the last 2 games he's been playing well. Last 3 games, and then what Vin's saying is the 76ers being trash. Harden dribbles too much. I think Doc Rivers got to go. He don't make late game adjustments, which always has been the problem with Doc Rivers. And they're not, resuscitate to him well. They don't like Doc Rivers. Nobody likes Doc Rivers. In the words of the great Diz from Where's Bucky, he said he's the only one with a taper and no line. And the ball, he got a ball fade with a taper or somewhere along the lines of that, which is fucking hilarious. Like he got a skin fade with no lineup and a taper. But regardless, they got to get rid of him. And Joe Embiid is just lazy. Joe Embiid has always been lazy despite the injuries. He just plays very well off talent.
I was about to say, the position I saw, he was in the corner, and right away I was like, get down to the post. But he had done a pump fake and then fucking swished it. And then they called it back. And I'm like,
if I'm him, I'm like, dog, if you don't stay your big ass on the block.
And
like the Lakers. Go ahead, and then I'll talk about the Lakers coach.
I was to say, like, I don't mind. I don't want to be too old school about it in terms of like big guys should just stay in the post because some of them can shoot. But there was that game.
7'2", 260, 270. You better stay your big ass down there.
Yeah, but there was that game. One of the games I did watch earlier this year had to been one of the Warriors Mavericks games in the Western Conference Finals, where at the end, Dallas was kind of hanging with them until Golden State just started attacking them in the paint, and that's why I'm like, just like I know you have the 2 of the best shooters of all time, and Clay and Steph, and Jordan Poole can get out, but like just attack these fuckers in the paint. Like they have no big man. Like Luka Doncic can't go and fucking block the post. Like they put Max fucking Kleber and Dwight Powell in the fucking paint. Like just take it to the hole. Like easy buckets. Like invest in big men. I like Luka Doncic a lot, and I know he was cooking in the first quarter last night, but like, and they try to go out and get him help with like Christian Wood or whatever. Like, no, like
give this man like an all-star.
Like give this man a solid defensive center who can hold down the fucking fort, and then everyone else out can just try their best at the wing, and he can lead from there. Like get an anchor again. Like they needed Rudy Gobert more than the Timberwolves did, because like again, what's the whole point? Like you're gonna combine Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns, like offense and defense with the 4 and 5. Like no.
Yeah, actually, that's a hell of an idea. Rudy Gobert would have went to the Mavs, and then they got Christian Wood who could step out and shoot it. Yeah, like Rudy will probably be averaging like 12, 13 rebounds a game. He don't really need to score. He can get like 15, 12 like he normally does and get up 2 blocks, because in that Southwest division, everybody is small compared to him. So the Southwest division is the Spurs, the Mavs, OKC, and I feel like I'm missing one more team.
And because Luka Doncic is so good as a playmaker, and like he is able to give guys easy buckets by drawing all the attention, because again he can score is better than anyone can, but he'll then draw the extra man or two and be able to kick it out or like just cut through. Like so, and he'll just be cursed in a way like Shohei Ohtani or other guys who are like trapped on these not necessarily bad teams, but like having to do all the work yourself because they either get the wrong talent around you or they'll never get the proper talent around you.
Right. He plays, and I heard the comparison is just not just skin color. He plays like if Larry Bird had a motor for speed, that's how he would be, and that's not a bad comparison.
Larry, I'm not fucking running. You want me to run? I can't run.
But the way that he'll shoot the ball is very Larry Bird-esque. Like, put Larry Bird in this, first of all, you put Larry Bird in this era and have a little bit of speed on him, you're talking about probably the best player in the league. Or second best to Giannis.
Wouldn't he just be like Jokic, except a shooter?
Yeah, but put some speed on him. Because Jokic right now, he's back-to-back triple-doubles, which is insane for a center. And it's just Jokic just played a fat man game.
Yeah. That's the only when you park your ass there and you can pass like he can. And again, you just get easy buckets when you're in the post. Like, he ain't trying to do nothing fancy.
But he'll step out and shoot it too, and he can do that. He plays a lot of them foreign players. The European players play basic fundamental basketball. Not saying like
as the Redeem team said.
Yeah, it's very much it's crafty, but it's fundamental enough because they don't have any athleticism. And it's not saying like our players don't play any type of. You got to have intangibles. You got to have common sense in order to make it to the NBA.
You got to buy your buckets, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't just come off the street and be great at any professional. That's why they need to bring pros versus Joes back.
They need to bring that back for a number of reasons. We might have to do a pros versus Joes watch along one time. You know what? Cut that out.
We can't. We're live, but at the same time, anybody else do it. It ain't gonna unless you part of the elite like us. You ain't gonna be that.
They
good.
Really try to have those fuckers go through Kurt Angle, and he was just fucking them up. Like the only man who ever could do anything to Kurt Angle was Daniel Puder, and we know what happened to him. They fired his ass because of that.
Oh yeah, I met him before.
Daniel Puder?
Yeah.
Nice guy, right?
Yeah, he was real nice. I had his contact and everything. This is like 2008, 9, somewhere around there. Yeah, he was cool.
You wanted to say something about the Lakers before we wrapped up. What's with the Lakers?
I don't want to talk shit about a shitty team. No, they're not shitty. No. I'll say this about
shitty fans.
Well, the fans are shitty. That's why I hate the Lakers. But besides that, they not. I'll say this, Laker fans, because I tell two of them. I got to argue in Antonio because he always want to get his jokes off about the team. I'm like, dog, they not that bad. The problem is y'all went against Golden State, and in the second game you went against my pick for the championship team. If Kawhi Leonard is all the way here, I think at this point he don't care about basketball. Like maybe the injury is worse than we think, but it seems like he just doesn't care. Obviously, he said he doesn't watch basketball. You're not supposed to say that. All right. As a podcaster, I watch other podcasts just so I can see how I can get better. Like, dog, Kawhi, you ain't that old, bro. You only 31. So, but if he does, let's say if he just says, I got to retire tomorrow because of injury, he's still one of the greatest players of all time. That top 75 list, except for not putting Dwight Howard there, is pretty much bullshit. Like, I love Dame. He shouldn't have made the top 75. And
yeah.
As of this recording, the Lakers play the Trailblazers. I think if they lose against the Trailblazers, even though they seem to be all right now, and Dame still got to put up all these buckets, I think this is when you start to panic because you can't go 0-3 the first week of your season. And it just seems like y'all trying, but it's not clicking. Like Russ, 2 points, 0 for 11. That ain't going to work. It seems like maybe with him, he's like, you know what? They don't want me here. Fuck it. I'm going to dial it back because – and that's what Charles Barkley said as well.
I'm already fired. Fire me.
It seems like that. Like he just don't – like he's – from the beginning to now, he's always 0 to 100.
Then now he's had the burden of,
it's a job.
No, I'm saying like, he didn't force his way out of OKC, but like that whole Paul George dynamic duo wasn't going to work. The dynamic duo of him and James Harden in Houston again definitely wasn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that was a good team.
But I just mean like long term, it was like it probably wasn't going to work.
No, I mean, because this is what I want to say about their coach, and I was going to relay it to what I was about to say about a coach you just mentioned, or the coach for that team. They got to get and I'll bring it back to the 76ers. So the team is responding to him well thus far. And then if LeBron gets frustrated, we know how that is because he's the most passive-aggressive player of all time. One of my favorite players ever, but he's extremely passive aggressive. So
you just gotta fit in.
yeah, like what I mean.
How you gonna bully Mario Chalmers like come on?
Yeah, it's like dog, you didn't do that to Ben Wallace, and Ben Wallace was cooked at that point. Yeah, exactly. I don't want no smoke with Ben Wallace. Big ass element catch you. It's a wrap. No. So, as far as the Lakers go, yeah, if they go 0-3 today, the game come on as of this recording in an hour, so I'll watch it before I got to record again. Then that's when you start to kind of like, okay, we got to do something now because they said they want to wait until after Thanksgiving to make a move. You can't because somebody else might pick up the. Y'all been talking about y'all want to get Miles Turner and Buddy Hield from the Pacers. Y'all got to move now. They want to give up. The Pacers want 2 draft picks for 2027 and 29. I say do it because at that point, like LA might be. Yeah, and then how we know
it's a different sport, but my football team just gave up picks for Christian McCaffrey, and I'm fucking glad they did. Like buy in on someone who's at least established. Sure, he might have an injury history, but like you don't know what those picks can pan out to be, and they can pan out to be someone good. Again, like there are steals in the 3rd round and the 2nd round and all that, but you're trying to win in the interim right now, which is why you make a trade.
Yeah, and besides that, we don't know what the fuck. 2 years ago, we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen, let alone 2027 and 2029. Bro, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds. What the fuck are you thinking about 5 years from now? LA probably going to be underwater by then.
And why will the draft necessarily matter when the G League and overseas guys are just as prominent in terms of like, I know you still have to draft those guys, but like, you're not hoping out like on these college guys having good seasons to make it to March Madness just to lose. Like the game changed with that again. Like I said, 2 years ago, who knew what was going to happen? It shook up sports and especially the NBA in terms of like guys can go to the G League now, get paid. They can go to college and get paid now, or they could do what they were already doing with guys like Brandon Jennings, go overseas, get paid a little bit, come back.
And they just changed the high school rule back. So now players can get drafted out of high school. So LeBron Jr. probably, if he wanted to, I don't know how the eligibility works, but I'm pretty sure this next upcoming season, if he can go into the draft. I don't know when it takes effect, but I'm pretty sure it's this upcoming season. And especially if he's signing all these deals with Dre Beats and all that, I'm pretty sure he NBA bound in a year or 2.
However, I for some reason I see him doing the G League Ignite thing, just so like he could be the face of that team for a year, again, get used to the NBA style and all that, and then go to a team, and obviously LeBron can follow him wherever he goes. But I see him like going get ready for the NBA style, at least with like the G League Ignite team, which is the whole point of that. Someone like Jalen Green, who again he's starting out red hot as well. He was someone who when I thought about getting back into basketball last year, I'm like, he kind of appealed to me because of his style. Again, kind of that John Morant, like he can get to the hole, super athletic, skinny guy like him. You don't eat enough, like you got to put some weight on. But him going at number 2, and he had the swagger like I should be number 1. I like it when a guy's like that, and you can already. I don't know if Kate Cunningham's proven out to be a good number 1 pick or not, but more often than not, number 1 picks are cursed in the NBA, just like the number 2 pick is.
Right, and he out. Stickman is out because of the injury he had at the Pro AM earlier this summer.
Who?
Chet, or whatever his name is.
Chet Holmgren. Yeah, but that's
no. You got to eat a steak now.
Well, you look at him, and again, that's a walking injury. As soon as I saw him, like
now you for sure got to put on some weight.
And the whole thing about Victor Wembanyama, is that how you say his name?
I can't now see nobody's name. So,
but like he's almost built the same way, and everyone's like hyping him up from France, and I'm like, I don't know. This guy looks like, again, these towering guys who have to be agile, and like again, the wrong turn, your whole leg's flat because it's 10 feet long. Like
the shit that had me rolling is when they said he had to step over some people just to get to the women.
Yeah,
he said he was like Godzilla.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't wish. Again, I wish I was taller, but I wish I wasn't. I don't wish I was that tall. Like,
Nah, that comes with long term injuries and health problems, and we saw what
And
happened.
how do you buy clothes? Shit, like
You got to get on special menu,
yeah,
and then getting on flights is the worst. Like,
exactly. Yeah,
I saw almost get on a flight, not personally, but I saw him get on a flight on TikTok, and it's like, dog, they in first class, but first class for him is like coach.
yeah, and just get the man a plane. But
They
so
too
the
cheap
NBA
to
is
do that.
back. I almost thought about maybe we should do a weekly NBA game of the week if I'm able to tune into a game or not. Since I have to watch all these wrestling shows and
You
all these
don't have
TV
to.
shows and movies. But I think it'd be a funny thing to try to maybe check in. Again, the NFL's happening as well too. My team's not playing until a few hours in a big matchup. But thanks for
What time is it for you? That game?
it's in the next hour
3
or 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, 1:35. Yeah, I gotta get something to eat.
I might need to watch that over the Lakers and Trailblazers, to be honest. Well, no, y'all ain't got your whole team yet, so.
In a way, no, that's why I'm nervous about today's game. I just hope we don't get completely blown out like we did last week a little bit. But I started the game late, so I already knew that game was going to be bad.
I'll talk about it before we get our plugs in. Pause.
Andy Reid. We're about to wrap. Oh,
Andy Reid. Shouts out to Andy Reid. When he sees a great defense, that's when he going to God mode. I'm like, that's how I know he's a genius. I remember when he was coaching the Eagles back then, around that time when Vic got on the team, and they were like, "Well, how is Vic gonna work in the Andy Reid offense?" I said, "You understand? Andy Reid lives off athletic players like this, like specialty type, not specialty, but players that just have like mutants."
It was
like
Michael
Tyreek Hill.
It was Michael Vick, LaShawn McCoy, Jeremy Maclin, who was underrated, Deshaun fucking Jackson, and who was their tight end?
Deshaun trying to get back in the league too.
Was it Colby Fleeter? No. He might have been on a different team. Who am I thinking? But either way, like that team again, no wonder they lit up the Washington team like they did that Monday night. It was like Brock Lesnar and John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. Like, oh my God, just what a massacre. Like, Michael Vick at one point was just like throwing that ball like someone's going to catch it. Just like with his motion of like.
Yeah, and that's when he had to start to kind of rely on the arm too. He had to get in the pocket.
He was a better thrower at that point.
Yeah,
he'd figure out how to throw.
He had nothing else to do for like a year or two.
Yeah, I still got to finish that doc. I only watched the part 1. I didn't get to the part 2.
I watched it when it first came out. But.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to catch up on. So little time.
Not really. Oh, actually, I do have to finish. I know you don't like it, but Stranger Things.
Oh my God. Here you go.
Both parts. Because somebody reminded me last night. I was like, damn, that's what I've been meaning to watch.
Oh, is that what she said after she said, hey?
Well, it's a great lady. So we talking about a lot of stuff, man. Shouts out to hashtag great women.
Of course, even though they are the worst people in the world.
To you?
To everyone.
All right. So
what are you calling me about then if they're not the worst?
I mean, mental gymnastics, which is fun.
Brain ninjas, as Dane Cook said.
Brain ninjas is hilarious.
They'll get in there with a katana and just cut you.
Well, he talking to young girls, so
yeah, that's why he figured. No, that's why he was like, I gotta get these dumb women.
He messing with them young girls. That's how you get stressed out, Dane.
But where can people find you, Banks, as we're wrapping up?
At the BVD Pod on Twitter, Patreon.com/Banks versus Davis. That's where y'all can find me at. Otherwise than that, ain't nowhere else you can find me. Hey, ain't no more Twitter. It's been a month. It's been deactivated. Let's make some noise. Yeah.
Is that what you're most happy about? Is quitting Twitter?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cold turkey.
You're Twitter. Not cold turkey because you're using our Twitter. Like until like these good women to
just to see what's going on.
Yeah, to retweet these videos. To
some of this should be funny. Some of the stuff I'm like, all right, but for the most part, I just get on there just to see what's going on and then get off and be like, all right, that's enough. But otherwise than that, yeah.
And like you said, at the BBD Pod is our Twitter. Patreon, Banks versus Davis. We got something dropping tomorrow. No,
Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, we changed it. My bad.
And Probably Thursday as well.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we'll be back here next weekend, like always, on YouTube. Banks versus Davis. We might be back later today. We'll see. Who knows?
We don't know if we're gonna put it on. If it does happen, we don't know if we're gonna put it on Patreon.
I don't. What did Lex Luger say? I don't know. Like when he wasn't booked. Like
actually, that will be on Patreon. Fuck that. Y'all got to start paying for some stuff. Patreon.com/Banks versus Davis.
You can follow me on Twitter at Davis, aka Drip, Instagram, daviscoltondc. Tune in to Wiretap. That you can find Banks and Eve. I said earlier, Black and Out Tables Patreon. Shout to them. You can find Banks tomorrow because I'm not allowed on All Eat with Keeks.
You are
every
Please
Monday,
be my guest.
Every Monday on the Public Enemies YouTube. And where else will you be? You'll probably be on Wrestle Rap at some point, as Vin's here listening. And where else can you be? Yeah.
Hey Vin, well, I talked to Sparks about it the other day, so
about
we're working on that. Me being on Wrestle Rap.
Yeah, you'll be on Wrestle Rap with.
Because Vin, Davis don't want to be on there.
Nope.
You want to keep the illusion that you're not a real person.
Not even a little bit.
Got you.
We'll see y'all next time. Peace.